Hi, I'm Andy Newman with Joyner Fine Properties, coming to you from Richmond, Virginia. I am a real estate agent, and today I want to talk to you about some myths between foreclosures and short sales. And I want to bust some of the biggest common myths. So it's likely you've heard the term short sale thrown around a lot. But what exactly is a short sale? Let's define it. A short sale is when a bank agrees to take less than the total amount owed on a mortgage to avoid having to foreclose on the property. It's not a new practice. Banks have been doing short sales for a long time. It's just been only recent, due to the current state of the housing market and the economy, that this process has become more a part of the public consciousness. So to be eligible for a short sale, you first have to qualify, believe it or not. To qualify for a short sale, your house has to be worth less than what you owe on it. You have to be able to prove that you're the victim of a true financial hardship, like a decrease in wages, a job loss, or a medical condition that's changed your ability to make the same amount of money as when you took out the loan. Also, things like divorce or estate situations also qualify. So now that you have at least a basic understanding of what a short sale is, there's some huge misconceptions when it comes to short sales versus a foreclosure. I want to take the most common of those myths, 10 of the most common, surrounding both short sales and foreclosures, and to give at least a little explanation. So let's go ahead and bust some myths. If you let your home go to foreclosure, you're done with the situation and you can walk away with a clean slate. Well, the reality is this couldn't be any further from the truth in most situations. You could end up with an IRS tax liability and still owing the bank money. Let me explain. Keep in mind that if your property goes into foreclosure, you might be liable for the difference of what's owed on the property versus what it sells for at auction in the form of what's called a deficiency judgment or deficiency balance. Please know that this is state specific, and in most states you'll be liable for the shortfall, but in some states the bank may not always be able to pursue that debt. Check your state law, as it varies widely from state to state. So here's an example of how a deficiency balance works. Let's say you owe $200,000 on the property and it sells at auction for $150,000. You could be liable for the $50,000 difference if your state law allows it. Not only could you be liable for the difference to the bank, but in some situations you could also be liable to the Internal Revenue Service. Although there's exceptions, mostly for principal residences, under the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act, there are times when you could be taxed on both a short sale and a foreclosure, even in a principal residence situation. Since the tax code on this is a little complicated and I'm not a CPA, I advise always talking to a CPA when in this situation as you're weighing your options. Hard to believe? Well, believe it or not, the IRS counts the difference between the sale and the charged off debt as a gain on your taxes. That's right, you lost money and it's counted as a gain. Hey, I didn't make the rule, but it's a wonderful brainchild of the IRS. Banks and the IRS can go as far as attaching your wages. Not to mention, if you let your home go to foreclosure, you'll still have that on your credit as well. So guess what? A short sale can alleviate your ability to the bank in most situations. There are exceptions to this, but in most cases, banks are releasing homeowners from the deficiency balance on their short sale. Myth number 2. There are no options to avoid foreclosure. Well, now more than ever, there are options to avoid foreclosure. Besides a short sale, loan modifications, along with deed in lieu of foreclosure, are other examples of the many options available. In most cases, but not all, a short sale is the best option. Either way, there are more options today than there have ever been before to avoid foreclosure. Another myth. Banks don't want to participate in a short sale, or it's too hard to qualify for a short sale. Well, banks would rather perform a short sale than a foreclosure any day of the week. A foreclosure takes a long time and it creates a huge expense for the banks. A short sale saves both time and money. Banks have more foreclosure inventory than ever before and definitely don't want any more right now. Banks, more than ever, welcome short sales. Qualifying for a short sale could be easier than you think. If you ever had a financial hardship or a change in your finances and your house is now worth less than what you owe on it, you've got a shot at it. Not only do consumers, but banks also now have government incentive to participate in short sales. Another myth, short sales aren't that common. Well, at this time, short sales range between 10 and 50% of sales in most markets across the country, and we predict that next year we'll have even more short sales than any other year to date. Due to economic changes in the last few years, this is something that's affecting millions of Americans, not just you. Short sales are in every market and aren't just limited to any particular income class. It's affected everyone from all facets of life. A short sale should be looked at as a helpful tool, not a negative stigma. And that's why the government is offering programs that actually pay consumers to participate in short sales. It's not just affecting one community, it's affecting communities and consumers across the nation. Another myth. The short sale process is too hard and they often get denied. Well, though the short sale process is time consuming, it's not as hard as the media would have you think. The problem is that most short sales are denied because of a misunderstanding of the process. It's true that if the short sale process isn't followed correctly, there's a good chance of getting denied. An experienced agent, though, knows how to avoid that. Short sales require a lot of experience and a special skill set. If you're looking to go the option of a short sale, make sure your agent is skilled and experienced in that area. Another myth. Short sales will cost me money out of pocket. Well, a short sale shouldn't cost you any out-of-pocket money. In fact, you could get a couple of $1,000s to participate in a short sale. In many ways, a short sale may put you in a better financial position than before the short sale. Now, almost every short sale program has some type of financial incentive for the homeowner as long as it's a principal residence. And really, I'm even seeing some relocation money being paid on some investment and second homes. As a seller of a property, you should never have to pay for any short sale cost up front to any professional service. Realtors charge a commission that's paid for by the bank. In most communities, there are also nonprofits and HUD counselors who can help you with foreclosure prevention options for free. The only cost potential is if the bank wouldn't release you from a deficiency balance in the short sale, which is really happening less and less now. Another myth. If I'm behind on my payments, I can perform a short sale anytime. Well, the further you get behind on your payments, the harder it's going to be to get a short sale approved. The closer a property gets to foreclosure, the harder it is to convince the bank to perform a short sale. As they get closer to a foreclosure sale, more money is spent, and that deters them from doing a short sale. If you think you need to do a short sale, time is of the essence. The sooner you start the process, the better. Waiting too long can trigger the ramifications of a foreclosure, losing the ability to do a short sale as a viable option. Another myth. I've already been sent a foreclosure notice, so I can't do a short sale. Well, for the most part, just because you got a foreclosure notice or a notice of default doesn't mean that you don't have time to do a short sale. The timeline and specifics do vary from state to state, but having done short sales all over my area, I've seen banks postpone a foreclosure to work a short sale option as close to 30 days before the scheduled foreclosure auction. But the longer you wait, the less chance you have. If you've gotten a legal foreclosure notice, please reach out to a professional right away. The longer you wait and the closer you get to foreclosure, the fewer options you're going to have. If you've gotten a notice to foreclose, this means the bank is filing paperwork and starting the process to take legal action to repossess the house. You still have time at this point to prevent foreclosure, but don't hesitate. The closer you get to the foreclosure date, the harder it becomes to negotiate with the bank for whichever option you choose. Okay, another myth. I was denied for a loan modification, so I know I'll get denied for a short sale. Well, short sale and loan modifications are handled by two different departments at the bank. These processes are totally different in approval and in denial. If you got denied for a modification, you can still apply for a short sale. And in some cases, you can get a short sale approved, believe it or not, even faster than a loan modification, because some loan modifications are denied because they can't reduce the loan low enough based on your income. And the final myth. If I go through a short sale, I can't buy another house for a long time. Well, the time to buy another house depends entirely on your entire credit picture. It can take 12 months, 24 months, depends. There's even a few FHA programs that allow took you to buy a home sooner than that. I've worked with clients who went through a short sale and bought another house in less than 12 months, in some cases. These are just a few of the common myths surrounding short sales and foreclosure. With the options available today, no homeowner should ever have to go through foreclosure, hopefully. This information can help a few more homeowners think twice before walking away from their home, not realizing the possible long-term ramifications a foreclosure can have. I hope it's been helpful to you the last few minutes that we've spent together. My name is Andy Newman. I am a real estate agent in Richmond, Virginia with Joiner Fine Properties. If you'd like to contact me, I'll show you my contact information in just a moment. Until then, have a great day, and thanks for spending some time with me.